Today, I want to thank you for listening to Hearing Post. Today's subject will be about Bernie Sanders' big win in Michigan last night. I think this win is a tribute to all the hard work that Bernie Sanders and his supporters did over the past year, ever since announcing his run for the presidency. I think that Bernie Sanders has an excellent chance of winning the nomination, but we have a serious problem that we need to address, and that's the superdelegate fiasco. What the hell is a superdelegate? A superdelegate to me is something we would call establishment privilege. Establishment privilege is when the race started. Hillary Clinton had 450 delegates to 500, and Bernie Sanders basically had one or two. How the hell is you supposed to have an election when one person, Hillary Clinton, starts off with a quarter of almost all the delegates needed to get the nomination? This is not fair. This has to be addressed, and it has to be addressed as soon as possible by Bernie Sanders' campaign, and his supporters. This cannot stand. What happens when Bernie Sanders has a big win like last night in Michigan? The first thing the mainstream media says is that, oh, it's just a blip on the screen. Oh, Hillary is still marching towards the nomination. The only reason why she's marching towards the nomination is because she has all these super delegates in her pocket. Without the super delegates, Bernie Sanders is about 200 delegates behind, which he could possibly make up if there were no super delegates this coming Tuesday in Ohio, Illinois, Florida. Then we head towards the West Coast, where everybody knows that Bernie Sanders is extremely strong in Oregon, Washington, California, in those states out there. Then we head back east. So this super delegate thing is making the race seem like it's over, but it's not over. And this is unfair to all the Democrats or Bernie Sanders supporters who are participating in this process. This is almost like a disenfranchisement of the voters by the DLC and establishment. These delegates should not count towards the final total. It skews the race. The race is extremely close. And when the delegate count counts up at the end, and when we get to Philadelphia, Bernie could have most of the delegates won, but she could have the super delegates, which will put her over the top. I don't understand why we should put up with this type of process where they're disenfranchising the voters. And they gleefully said, and you see no pushback from the mainstream media, said, wait a minute, this is a close race right here. Maybe we should question these super delegates. But you see no one on CNN, you see no one on ABC, you see no one on MSNBC standing there saying, hey, this super delegate stuff got to go. It's got to go now. Give this man a true opportunity to win this nomination. We may have to fight. They may have to even go to court. The DNC needs to change these rules. They're arcane rules. They don't work for the average voter. And this is why you see so many people coming out against the Democrat establishment and the Republican establishment. These are games played behind closed doors so certain people can't win. So when you see that 1,200 total and that Bernie 500 total, that's not the true indication of the race. We must stand firm and say, hey, these super delegates need to be put aside. And I hope Bernie's people stand up loud and clear and say enough is enough. with the Democratic establishment games. Thank you very much. I hope you subscribe to Hearing Post. Please share this video on any site you possibly can share it on. Thank you.